Fern Tree Shondo is back in the kitchen for episode 13, Avocado El Guaco. I have one large avocado, one garden tomato, one Vidalia onion, and one lime. And over here, I have a half teaspoon of garlic pepper, a whole teaspoon of sea salt, and I'll start with my tomato. Now, of course, I'm going to cut the top end and bottom end off of the tomato. And I'll set those to the side. And I'm gonna go ahead and chop this tomato in half. And I'm gonna chop it into quarters. So you see I've got it chopped like this. Now I'm going to go ahead and fine chop it into pieces. I'll just move that to the side. Next, we're going to go ahead and cut our onion. And this is a Vidalia onion, so we'll basically cut the end pieces off. And we'll get the skin off too. Just that first layer of skin. And it just basically peels right off. That to the side. I'll take this and put it to the side as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and chop these onions. Now the way I'm gonna do this is I'm gonna basically just chop through the middle like this. And then I'm gonna edge it. Because what I really want is some medium to small diced pieces of the onion. So this is really just called an edge chop, where you just kind of angle it and edge cut. Angle, edge cut. Now I'm gonna go and rinse my knives off. I'll be back in just a second. Got my knives rinsed. Now we're gonna go ahead and tackle our avocado. Now, of course, our avocado has a seed in the very middle of it, and it's a large seed because it's a large avocado. So what my goal really is I want to chop this avocado. I'm not going to put the knife all the way through it because I want to really cut it in like half so I can work with it. So I'm just going to slide my knife around and try to get it in half without cutting through that seed. I could probably cut through the seed because my knife is sharp enough, but I really want to open it up without doing that. So I'm just cutting around the perimeter. I can kind of feel that seed as the knife goes through. I'm gonna open this up so you can get a good look at it. Ah, there we go. That's that avocado and that seed on the inside of it. Let's see if we can get that out. That's the avocado seed. We got that out. I'm gonna set that over here. Now it's hollowed out, and I'll pull some of that skin out of the inside. So that's the inside of our avocado. Go ahead and get some of that skin, the skin out of the inside of this half as well. So now we got our avocado sections. Next, I'm gonna go ahead. Now, the one thing I wanna do is I wanna get the skin off of the outside, right? So what I'm gonna do is cut these pieces in half so I can manage that. Cut straight through. Okay, here we go. So we got our avocado section in fourths. Now I should be able to get that skin off of the outside of the avocado. That's probably a wise idea to kind of cut into it a little bit so you can make it peelable, because it'll peel off that outer skin. You just got to kind of cut a little bit so you can get it to the point where it'll peel. I'll work with it around the outside. This one seems like it's going to be a little bit tough to peel off. So what I'll do is I'll run my knife just on the outside edge of that skin and try to like file it off so I can get it to the point where I could probably peel it. We'll see how that works. But I'm just going to work the knife and get that skin off. You just got to be careful when you're doing it, because you don't want to cut too deep into the meat of the avocado when you're trying to get the skin off. You kind of want to try to file through that layer of skin without cutting too much of the meat of the avocado. See how that skin is peeling off of there? So got the skin off of that piece. I've removed the skin off of my avocado slices. You can take a look. So I got my 4 avocado slices done. I've taken the skin off now. I can take my lime and cut it. Now, of course, the lime is just for the squeeze up. And I'll show you how I'm gonna do that when I get to that point, but I'll go ahead and cut it now. It'll be squeeze ready. So we'll cut it in 4 sections. Got our lime ready for the squeeze up. Next, I'm gonna take my avocado slices and put them in my bowl. Now, of course, I'm putting them in here. I'm not really done with them in terms of how I'm gonna arrange them, but I'm putting them in here right now just so I can get them in and get ready to get the mix up going on them. So I'm gonna go ahead and start breaking these up a little bit. And I'm just gonna simply cut a little. I'm trying to get them into like manageable pieces where I can use my avocado tool to get everything blended like I want it. I'm gonna go ahead and slide over here right quick and get my olive oil. Here we go. I got me some olive oil right here. And go ahead and just put a nice amount in there. I've got my avocado tool. Now with these avocados, I've chopped them, of course, put a little olive oil on them. I let them sit for a couple of minutes. Now, I will say to you that when you chop avocados, you can tell if they're ripe if the interior of the avocado is more like it's kind of medium soft, and it might be a little bit of a darker greenish color. The more yellowish green, that means it's not really all the way ripe. So I'm going to suggest to you that when you buy avocados from the store, it's good to let them set on your countertop for about 4 or 5 days, just so they can ripen to the point where when you cut them, they're really softer on the inside, and it's going to make it easier for you to go ahead and work with them when you're making what I'm making today. So I'm going to go ahead and begin to mash up. And I'll time lapse this so it won't take too long. Now that I've got my avocado mashed up really well, I'll go ahead and add my onions. Onions in. It's up to your discretion as to how much onion you want to put in here. Of course, I chopped one whole Vidalia onion. I'm going to use the whole onion because I love onions. So I'm going to go ahead and get my onions in the mix really quick before I add the tomatoes. I'll just use my avocado tool to just turn everything a little bit, get the onions worked in. Good aroma coming off of there. And of course, avocados are high in vitamin K, vitamin C, and potassium. So you can definitely get some good health benefits from avocado. It's good for digestive health as well. Now I'll go ahead and add my diced tomatoes. I want to kind of spread those around a little bit. Yeah, avocado el guaco. That's what we're doing right now. I'll go ahead and move my cutting board out of the way, get front and center. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just work everything in. It's very easy to do. You can use your avocado tool to do it because it's got the little spiked edges on the bottom. It helps for mashing everything up and getting everything mixed in. This is avocado el guaco, y'all. A Fern Tree Shondo exclusive. So I got it mixed up, and I'm gonna put my seasonings in. I'll start with my whole teaspoon of sea salt, and I'll just gently shake and get it evenly around the bowl. I got my sea salt in. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put my garlic pepper in, and we'll just gently shake the garlic pepper around. And of course, this is a half teaspoon of garlic pepper. We got that in there. Now I'm gonna go ahead and mix again. Now we're gonna go ahead and do our lime squeeze. So I'll take these 2 pieces of lime, and we're gonna squeeze them. Get you a good squeeze in. And really it's just good to probably do 2, just especially with this size portion. this size of bowl that I have. I think 2 quarter pieces of lime will do. It'll just give you that citrus flavor, you know, just a touch of it, just a hint. You don't want to overdo it. And now I'm about to get my avocado del Guaco ready to serve. So I'll take my smaller bowl here. You know I'm gonna fill it up to the top. I gotta do that. Got to do that. Get a good look at that. Woo-wee! I got that avocado el Guaco. And guess what? I got some yellow corn tortillas right here. Let's see what's going on with it. Avocado el Guaco.